You want to go there? I mean,
No. I don't want, listen. We're not doing that
all right.
because you went to Ohio. You cheating.
You're
Talking
oversaturated.
that street shit now. Talking that street shit now. Go ahead.
Yo, look, welcome back to Talk with Flea. I want to thank everybody for subscribing to the channel, showing much love. We really appreciate y'all growing every day. Listen, man, I can't thank y'all enough. Now, let's get to our sponsor, Pink Horsepower.
Fellas, if you're down and out, take a shot of Pink Horsepower. You're on an up and up. No need for the panicking. Pink Horsepower, leave you stiffer than a mannequin. Make sure you go get yours.
One heart, one love.
Excuse me? After last night's performance, we're gonna do this again? Not tonight. I don't think so. And make sure you close the door behind you.
When I take the pussy up, man. When I take the pussy up, man. When I take the pussy up, man. When I take the pussy up, man.
I'm Rico fucking strong.
Took that horsepower and told the girl to giddy up,
Baby!
Cash money, Manny, fresh shit, cash money, Moscow mule.
I'm back.
Looking back at her, I'm a crash.
Hell no. Muchacho, levántate. Toma eso, bébetelo.
Right now?
Well, cuña.
Okay.
Well,
Now, right now. Right now.
yeah.
Girl, let me see you walk it off.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody. Weather's breaking. I'm feeling good. My man Sen City is here. I don't have a lot to talk about. Usually, I usually some shit be bothering me before we usually get to the topic we got to talk about. But I'm feeling pretty good today, man. Nothing's really bothering me. Only thing that's kind of bothering me is a little bit is that, you can smell success. And you can tell by Sen's glasses. So, I don't know last time I seen a nigga wear sunglasses, but I like it. I'm cool with it. Do your
You peep
thing,
the
man.
background?
What's the background? It's all black?
Yeah, man, it's a new background. It's my backdrop now, man. Y'all complaining so much about my jerseys and shit. Like,
Listen, man.
you know what I
Hey,
mean? That's the
man.
new shit.
All right, well, it's still kind of bland. Ain't no seasoning. But but I
Yeah.
guess it is. I guess
Oh,
it is
oh,
a new
oh,
background.
oh, you flashing hallways and all that, long hallways. Listen,
Nah,
man,
man.
give me
Listen,
time.
man. Hey, yo, listen, man. I swear I'm trying. I'm happy. I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying it's kind of bothering me because it's new. But I like it. If you like it, I love it. Pause, man. Pause, man. I'm happy to see it. I see you got some Jordan
Yeah.
shit on too. Jordan sending you shit now.
Oh yeah, man. Shout out to Reg, man, the vice president of marketing and entertainment. He sent us a nice little package. Matter of fact, I wish I wore your shoe size, man, because listen, this is just one of them. These are yours, but
Yeah, my man Nick
if I
like all
wore your
that shit, man.
yeah, man, shout out to Laz, man, like hooking us up. But yeah, man, these is crazy. These is one of your
Yeah,
pairs, man.
you see,
I wish we wore the same size, man.
you see this shit, Nick? Niggas
Well,
getting Jordan sponsors, glasses sponsors. Nigga been around me, baby. This is what I do. This is what I do, man.
hey, man.
I like to see
You
it, man. I like
still
to
ain't
see
get
it.
more money than Fritz though. You still ain't. Yeah, you a Harlem nigga, Harlem legend. You up there, man, but you still ain't get more
See,
money than Fritz. All right, there's
listen, man.
Fritz,
Listen.
there's Guy Fisher. Hold on. Let me get my list. It's Fritz, it's Guy Fisher. Um, damn, and I had another one too. But anyway, I proved my point. And you know why I'm shutting that whole conversation down? I said I had something for you. I didn't want to say it.
You can say. I
You
want you
said
to say everything. I want you to say. I want
yeah.
you to say it.
You said a Harlem Run. You know how you voided out this contract? Because you went to Ohio. You cheated. Yeah, that ain't Harlem, brother. You remember in Pay the Fool when you said, nah, man, it's all about Harlem. We ain't going to DC. It's all about Harlem. You said a Harlem run. So you went to Ohio, you cheated. This marks you out of the contest. All right? There we have it.
Are you
What's your
finished?
reply to that?
See, and this is what I want to explain because maybe I worded my words wrong. I don't think I did. Maybe Nick, you could go to the clip, but since saying he's misunderstanding what I said, and I'm going to be very clear on a couple topics because this has been bothering since the last time we was on the air. What I said was, and what I meant to say was, what I thought I said was, it's no nigga from Harlem who had a longer run than I did. As you can see, Nick is agreeing, but that's exactly what I said. I didn't say who had the most money at one time. I didn't say who sold the most drugs. That was not my intent. My exact language, if I didn't say it right, but Nick is confirming that's what I said, is that nobody from Harlem had a longer run than me. Now, listen, for the people who don't know where this conversation stemmed from, go check out last week's episode. But it really stemmed from a song that I'm going to put out this summer. And I was just teasing a little EP of the joint Willie Burgers that we're going to put out or whatever. But the point being is, it's a second verse where I give people their credit who was getting it. You know, I said, and one thing I do want to clear up about that song, I said Kevin Child's name early in the song, and I fuck with Kevin Child. That's my nigga. We don't know each other like that, but I have mad respect for him. And those three names that I said, they was all getting some money. But the narrative which you try to change consistently, Sen, is that nobody from Harlem had a longer run than me. Now listen, Fritz, we could talk about it. I don't know how long his run was. I have to ask my Uncle Carl. Ask my Uncle Carl if his run is longer than me. And then the next name that you name, and this is why I don't even like arguing with you with certain shit, is because Guy Fisher's from the Bronx. He's not from Harlem. So he's voided. What are you talking about? He's not
Right.
even from Harlem. Yeah. So
All right.
what are
You
you
got me.
talking about? Yeah.
You got me on that.
Secondly,
You got
Secondly, let me ask you one of the people that I'm not saying you admire what he did around the board, but you admire his hustling skills. You don't consider Alpo from Harlem because he went to DC, or his run because he went to DC. I'm just asking since you said I left Harlem and went to Chicago and everything else.
no,
Just asking a question for you. Puff up, don't
I,
puff up. I'm just asking a question. Go
no,
ahead.
his run started in Harlem for a minute, and then you remember that the best part of his run was in D.C., and that was only for a little while. If you know what I mean, if you listen to the story, I listened to the story.
Me too, but what I'm saying is now you're giving a timetable on how long you could have been in Harlem. You said I left, he left, and a bunch of nigga leave. It's a bunch of, listen, every city you go to is some New York niggas somewhere getting money
The
somewhere.
the
When you go,
the main part of your success and the big money grab wasn't in Harlem. It was in
well,
Ohio. It was
listen,
somewhere else. It was out of town.
but the point being is you're still missing the point. That's not my argument. I said my argument is name another Harlem nigga who had a longer run than I did. I didn't say I had to be in Harlem. A lot of niggas, you go up 87 North, you go to Binghamton, you go to Albany, you go to Syracuse. What is niggas going up there waiting for me for? What's all up I-87? Go all up there. Rochester. Keep going up. There's niggas out there, man. I don't know why you think because you got to stay in Harlem. How many niggas could be from Harlem to make all this money in Harlem if you stay in Harlem? You're
Talking that
oversaturated.
street shit now. Talking that street shit now. Go
I mean, I'm saying Spring
I
Valley.
love it.
Yeah, Spring Valley. All that I'm just saying. If everybody in Harlem's trying to get money, how much money can you really get? So again, this wasn't my argument of how long a nigga got money in Harlem, how long nigga was getting street money. If I made that unclear to the audience, I sincerely apologize. I would like to say that I was saying that name a Harlem nigger, not necessarily drug street. You could have been corporate. And it's a nigga who may argue with me right now. That's a dentist. Like, nigga, I've been a dentist since '74. Nigga, I made 100. I don't know. I'm just saying. I was open to niggas telling me somebody who had a longer run. Fritz, listen, my uncle and them always talk about Fritz. I don't know how long his run is. So if we talking about a run, we can ask my uncle, and I'm willing to concede if that's the case. But God Fisher is not. As much as I love God Fisher, he came bought shit in Harlem from the Apollo. That was a Bronx nigga.
That's the other name I had, Percy Sutton. Everybody know who
Okay.
Percy Sutton is. Long
I,
run,
I,
long run.
okay. I don't know Percy Sutton. I have no idea. I have to do some homework on him. I have no idea who Percy Sutton is.
Okay.
Do you know Percy
Can,
Sutton? Or is this somebody who some old nigga told you this? Or you know
we
about him?
lived in the same building. Lennox
Okay.
Terrace. We lived in the
Okay.
same building.
I
Yeah,
just accent. I don't know. All right,
yeah.
Percy. We can
He
do
he
this. We
used
can
to,
do
he
it.
used to buy identical cars, same color, identical cars, the same color, and drive.
How long? How long?
He had
About
two.
how long was his run? 30
Hmm?
years? Do you have a 30-year run?
Probably more than that. He was around since I seen Lena Horne come in my building one time to come see him. Al Sharpton come. He owned the Apollo. He helped
Okay.
Maya start her career off.
All
You
right.
know, he owned the
You're doing
Apollo for a
everything
long
but
time.
telling me
He
how
been
long
around
the
since.
run. I asked you how long the run is. I didn't ask you who came to see him.
He been around since the nigga was playing the trumpet with the fucking exploding face. I forgot the nigga name. The blues player, the jazz player, and all that. That's since the '60s.
And when
Who's the lady that
and
used to?
he's still on the run now?
No, he died 2000, probably like 2020. But that was like
Okay.
50-year run.
And he was getting it like he was getting it in the '60s in 2018.
He owned the Apollo.
He didn't own it, but he didn't own it in 2018. I didn't actually see you keep
No, no,
confusing
no.
with niggas.
He
You
been
keep
so. You know what? We're gonna do the
oh
research.
my goodness,
Let me
man.
get to my. We're gonna do. We're gonna let the
I
people do the
just can't
research.
understand why you
I got him,
can't get.
y'all. I got him, y'all.
You
He
ain't
don't
got
like it.
me.
He don't
Nah,
like
my
it.
man, you know what's
Okay.
crazy? Because people can't see Nick, and Nick is laughing because he knows that you keep moving the goalposts. Talk about who came to see him, Bobby Blue Bland, and all these other niggas. Listen, man, all I asked you was how long was the run, bro? That's all I asked you. And like I said, they're not even French. French is a great one. And listen, I'd be happy to give it up to my niggas. It's like, what's the name? And like I said, it's a second verse to the song, so I didn't want to really bring niggas' names up. We could talk about my nigga Biggs. Biggs might have had a longer run than me. I know he got derailed because of his incarceration. But let's talk about Biggs, man. You know, it's no Rockefeller Records without Biggs. I grew up watching Biggs. Biggs real quiet. Biggs had Range Rovers and all that when they was big, doofy Range Rovers. And he moved up to every Range Rover every year. And then you got to think about this. You never heard people deny the story that Dame and Jay had to go get Biggs to start Rockefeller. Then when Rockefeller was falling apart, he went and got busy back to what he usually get busy for. Then he got jammed up, came home, and got busy again. So when it come to niggas with a run, I was trying to save some of it for the second verse of the song, but I give it up to my nigga Biggs. His shit probably longer than mine, pause, because back to what I was trying to originally say, his shit ain't a drug run right now. He managed St. John's. He's like a producer of Drink Champs. He's still fucking got ownership in Rockefeller Records, but they trying to
Why you
sell and
ain't say
everything
all
else.
this in the beginning? Why you ain't say all
Because
this in the beginning?
you know why? Because I told you it's the second verse of the song. I was trying to save it for some of the people that I was naming. But the thing about it is, you don't know. That's the problem. you talking about Bobby Sutton
Did you put Von
play for
Zip in there? Did you put Von Zip in there since '79 had a run? Did you put him in
well,
there?
you want to go there? I mean,
No, no, no. I don't want, listen. We're not doing that.
all right. All
Shout
right.
out to
I'm
Shrimp,
just,
man. We're not doing A.
yeah, yo,
You're a funny
I'm
nigga,
just
yeah.
saying. I'm just
You're a
saying, if
funny
you want to
nigga.
have the convo, we could. Shout out to Von Zip. Shout out to Zip. Much respect for Zip. Man, respect for Zip. Absolutely.
Listen, I want to get to my music questions, man.
Mhm. Let's
That's
do
what
it,
we
man.
here for, man.
Well, we here for a bunch of shit.
Because I
Everything
won the
ain't
battle. You
always.
avoided.
Yo,
You
Nick,
went to Ohio.
I know
You
they can't
voided.
see you. Who? I'm voided. All right, let me ask you something. And I'm, have you ever left town before? You do anything?
Of
I'm talking
course I
about.
did.
So your shit voided too then. Whatever.
I never claimed to be the Harlem Run legend. I never claimed to be that. You
Let
know.
me ask you something. Let's just think of people that you name it. So niggas only got money in Harlem. These people that's supposed to be legends. You don't know nowhere else they got money from. Let's talk about my
You got money.
grandfather and them.
Oh,
They,
see
you
that?
know,
Yeah, hey, you
a
should
lot of people,
listen. Hey,
a lot of people that don't know that I'm just gonna fill you in. My uncles own Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. I know everybody in California be like, yo, that's our shit. That's our shit. And it is y'all shit. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles is absolutely a California thing. But if y'all didn't know, some Harlem niggas own it. My family actually. We own Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Some Harlem niggas came out there, put it in Long Beach, expanded. And shout out to my uncle right now. We're about to move to San Diego, new location in San Diego, and we opening up 20 locations in Mexico currently as we speak. He ain't a Harlem nigga. That ain't because he ain't a
I
Harlem nigga
mean,
because
listen. That's why we eat
he
for
in
free when we
Mexico.
go there.
Yeah, but I'm just
That's
saying
why
that
we
ain't
eat for
a.
free when we
He
go there.
left. He
You're
left.
bragging.
He's not. He's no. He's. I'm trying to say is he's not a Harlem nigga because he stopped hustling and moved to California, opened up Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Now he's not just in California. He going to Mexico. He ain't a Harlem nigga.
I see. You see how you put words in my mouth. You said a Harlem Run. That's what you said. Your Nick, when you get a chance, play it back. He said, name a nigga that had a longer run in Harlem than me and got more money than me. I said, you got more
I
money
did
than
not
AZ?
say.
You
I
said,
didn't
yeah.
say that, bro. Nick. No, that's why Nick he laughed. I said who had a
Okay.
longer
Okay.
run.
Why you
Say
puffing
you
up?
know,
Why
it's
you
only
puffing up?
one nigga who had a longer run, and we gonna argue about Fritz and Sutton, and we talking about, and that's the point. And then, like I said, my man Biggs. But the number one nigga is my Uncle Herman. He owns Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, opened up in 75. And he was getting money before that. Before they even, the reason he went to Cali is because they changed the law. And he was like, listen, they're going to jam me up. I stay out here, man. That's who's number one. It's in the family.
Well,
My
you should have
family.
said that. You
You
should have
didn't give
said
me,
that.
I was trying to say some of it for the second verse, but you getting all puffed up, man. It was coming. It's the second
I'm
verse
puffed
of the
up.
freestyle.
I'm telling you, drink water.
I bet.
I ain't puffed up.
But shout out to my uncle Herman and my uncle Warren. They doing their thing. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Harlem niggas. The bloodline crazy. From my grandfather to my father to me, it's the bloodline. Wow, bro. It's all good.
But
We gotta
when
wait
you
for the
gonna put a
second verse,
Roscoe's
man. Well, listen, man. We was trying to do it. We've been talking about it because it's a spot on 135th and 7th that used to be uh IHOP. And my grandfather owned that club right there that used to be there back in the 60s or 70s. I can't think of the name of the club off the top of my head, but if you ever seen American Gangster, that was supposed to be the scene in the club when Frank Lucas was arguing with Nicky Barnes. That was actually my grandfather's club that they're supposed to be in. So we was talking about putting it there, but that spot doesn't work well. Listen, we talking, baby. We gonna do San Diego, New Mexico, and we gonna try to see what we can do. We working on it.
All right, let's get the music, man.
Pardon me, not New Mexico, Mexico City and all
Uh-uh.
that. My bad.
Yo, it's records that you did from even your first album that people always want to know why there was never a video for it. Like Glory featuring Noriega, Pull It featuring DMX, come on your Come Home With Me album, the song with Jay-Z, Welcome to New York City. Why wasn't there never videos for those records? And did you ever push for it? Like, did you ever ask or find out why?
Well, we talk about let's do one record at a time or one album at a time. When you talk about Come Home With Me, pardon me, let's do Confessions, which you talked about Glory and DMX
Pull
and
it.
whatever, Pull It, whatever. First of all, Pull It never
Mm-hmm.
got cleared. That's not on the album. So
Mm-hmm.
we didn't do a video for that because Un was really, shout out to my man Un, he was being cost effective to try and spend the least and not being cheap. He spent a lot of money, but you know it's still money that you have to spend that you have to recoup. You know how bad I fought for the 357 video. They wasn't going to do a video for 357. The reason that we got a video for 357 is because the song ended up being on the Woo soundtrack. It's a movie called Woo, and that song ended up being on the soundtrack. So we got an extra budget for videos because uncontrolled that soundtrack. So that's the reason we was able to get a video for 357. But um, we basically really shot just one video for that album. We ended up doing Horse and Carriage remix for it because it was another budget, but that wasn't even on the album. Trust me, bro. If I could shoot videos for every song that I wanted, it would be videos, but I just wasn't in control at that time. And we got to think about that time as well. It isn't like today where we could go shoot videos and not saying that videos are cheap, well, they way cheaper now. But you got to think about it. You think about videos just on top of my brain. You think about a video like Big Pimpin'. At that time, that was $1 million video. We actually shot the video about it with Master P. That video cost $400,000 at that particular time. You're dealing with directors like Hype Williams who boosting the price up and X and everybody, they wanted a bunch of money and videos just got cheaper as time went along. As far as another record you mentioned, New York City. I asked Jay to do a video. You know, I'm not going to go into the whole story of how the song New York City got created. I told that story a million times.
Right.
Google it if you want. But after we did the record, and I asked him to do the video, because you know everybody know we kind of squashed some tension, and then we went in the studio and knocked the song out, and the song started getting a lot of play on the radio. And when I asked him, I was like, "Yo, we should do a video for the song." He went like this, kept, kept walking.
Oh, okay. So, and you never asked again. That was it.
I may have asked one more time, but it was the same thing. It never was a conversation, and I don't even think he said anything back. He may have been like,
Oh, I thought you might have like went to Dame or Biggs and be like, "Yo, what's up with the video?"
I'm, I mean, I could have did that, but I was around. We was all around each other at Baseline Studio, so I went straight to the
Right.
source and asked him. I didn't have to ask Biggs or Dave or anybody else. I went straight to him and asked him, and I got a head nod. The brother
Wow.
man.
Well, speaking of Lance, Rivera, he was the former CEO to your label, Undias. What was your relationship like when he was allegedly stabbed by Jay-Z in the club? Like, what was your reaction to that? How'd you find out? Like, where was y'all at that moment?
Oh, that's a good question. We was actually at my at my at a crib in Teaneck, New Jersey at the time, and actually it was I believe Jim was with me if I'm not mistaken. It was me and Jim, and we didn't know what happened. We just heard Un had got stabbed or fought, something crazy, and he lived in Teaneck too. He didn't live too far from where I was staying at, and we rushed over there, me and Jim, and I don't know if anybody else was with us. I believe it was just me and Jim, if I'm not mistaken. And when he got out the hospital, I guess out the hospital, whatever, we went over there, or we just, I don't know if he even went to the hospital, but we rushed over there, and you know, we was right, and we was like, "Yo, what's up?" And then we found out when we got there, it was like, "Oh, it was Jay Z," and we like, "Damn, Jay Z, what the fuck going on?" And we kind of was on some, "What's up?" Because at the end of the day, what we got to realize is this as well. Un had relationships with a lot of Brooklyn dudes and a lot of different entertainers, And to even to the point, like one time, uh, Jay-Z came to the studio to see Un, and a few times or whatever, because they had a relationship, they had a rapport, and
Hmm.
that's how it kind of to me, him and I won't even get into that. That's another story for another day. But it was even a time he came when unsigned me, and Jay came through and was listening to songs. And this is another funny shit. So Jay-Z said, "Let me talk to you for a minute," because I know Jay-Z before we was rapping. So he had pulled me in the hallway. He's like, "Yo, I didn't know you was that nice, yo. Motherfucker, keep doing what you doing." I'm like, "Nah, man, I appreciate it, bro. Maybe we could do some shit together, this, that, and the third." And he was like, "I'm not here to lobby for a spot on your album." And I was like, "Okay, I just was thought maybe you here, maybe one day we could do. I don't know. This is before I even had an album, but that's the exact words. I'm not here to lobby for a spot on your album." I'm like, "Well, I don't know if you tell a nigga thank you, then get the fuck out of here at the same time." So it's kind of wild. So when I heard about it, when we was at his house, I'm like, who the fuck knows what they got going on? Because listen, I used to be around a lot of Brooklyn niggas. Haitian Jack used to be in the studio. Uh,
Let's get into
Wayno,
that.
yeah, Wayno used to be in the studio from Brooklyn. Shout out to Wayno, that's my nigga. There was a lot of niggas that used to be around, so I didn't really know how to take it after that because I knew some type of way Dame was involved, and I'm not saying particularly with the stabbing, and whether me and Dame was speaking or not at the time. I'm not ever having no real problem with Dame, you know what I'm saying? So I just kind of was like, after I found Jay-Z, I was like, I need more information. But the initial reaction is me and Jim had rushed over to Un's house, and then we heard what happened because we didn't know it was Jay-Z at the time, or Jay-Z, allegedly Jay-Z.
All right. Well, what specific moment happened? Because you got off of Undias and you went to Epic, right?
Yes.
What specific moment happened to where you was like, "Oh, I got to get the fuck out of here"? When you was on Epic, like what happened? What was that day like?
Um, so when you first get a record deal in the era that we got a record deal, you're just happy to have a record deal. You're like, yo, I got a fucking record deal. This is fucking amazing. So you're not really pressed on learning the business, me personally, at that time. I remember getting my deal and I had enough money to move to Jersey, but I didn't have enough to get the new car. And I did a deal with Un at the time for 50% of my publishing. I believe it was something short, like 70,000 or something, if that. Because I was like, damn, I can't have the deal and don't have the new car. So, which was stupid at the time. Even my financial advisor told me, yo, Cam, do not do this. I'm like, you don't live where I live. I got to pull up. Fuck, I got the new deal and I ain't got the car to go with it. I need the car. He's like, yo, you're bugging, giving up 50% of your personal say. I'll figure that out later. So I was just happy to live in Jersey, have a new car, have some money in my pocket, have an opportunity to do an album, etc. Like you said, Un lost his deal, and part of him losing his deal, um, contractually, I had to go to Epic Records because Un was signed to Epic Records, and if they ever uh, lost the deal, Epic Records was allowed to get whatever entertainment artist that they had at the particular time. So they got me. Uh, Moving forward, going to Epic, when I put out the SDE album, that's the one album that I did put on Epic. It didn't do the numbers in the beginning. It ended up being a successful album in the long run. But it didn't do the numbers that it did in the beginning. And I'm like, what the fuck going on? But, Un and them had a grasp on the culture. Un, Jacob, and everybody, the entertainment. They knew it. They've been around Biggie. They had urban people working for them. Epic was more corporate. It was like real stiff in their paws. And the guy running it wasn't really a big hip hop savant, my personal opinion. And he's a good guy, just that he didn't get a grasp on hip hop. My man Dave McPherson. And shout out to Dave McPherson. But really what happened was it was a girl who worked there at Epic Records. And she was teaching, she actually taught me the game while I was getting jerked at the same time, Paul. So she would say, Cam, your record, they have this amount of money for you for your records to spin in all these different states. Why is this money not being allocated to Nebraska, to Seattle, to Texas, to Wyoming, to Boston, wherever? She said this money all of a sudden isn't here to be allocated to the radio station, but the dude running the radio got a brand new Benz. Yo, you have a marketing budget to do XYZ, to put posters up. That's when you can put posters up. To spend on XYZ, this, that, third. They're not spending that money where they're supposed to spend it, Cam. But they're actually, this dude just came back from a vacation from Italy. Yo, you have this money right here to do this, that, and the third, but the person running let's say radio and marketing promotions isn't doing X, Y, Z, and he just got so and so. And I'm like, yo, you serious? And she's showing me this. She liked me and I liked her. She was cool. And so I'm like, word? So niggas playing with my life because now the money getting lower. I'm back in the street. I'm like, yo, bro, there's no reason for me to be back in the street full time. You know what I mean? And I got a gold album that just came out with Confess the Fire. And this album numbers wasn't great, but I had a hit record on there. I had What Mean the World to You was a number one record, at least in New York at the time. But the number money wasn't looking right. So when she's teaching me all this, wowed out, bugged out on everybody. Whole epic just started flipping, started bringing mad niggas from my block. Shout out to Luca Abrazi. He had a niggas called the Taliban, and we teamed up, and we went down there, stormed on my way out the game, basically, to where they had police in there every day. And not just Brazi, but I want to give a shout out to Dame Dash, because me and Dame Dash wasn't speaking, and Dame Dash came and told Dave McPherson, like, Cam's going to come down here repeatedly with 40 niggas every day. This isn't going to work out. And that's kind of how the reason I wanted to get out of Epic